Hi, and a warm welcome to this Mañana flow fascia movement practice. We'll officially start in the supine position. If you like, roll down with Mumu and me. Start in a basic long sit. Pull your heels gently towards the sit bones. Release the pull. Tilt the pelvis back, roll back. Mumu and I call this a sneaky rolling down. You let your arms extend, and then with the help of your arms, you draw the legs towards you, and you are rolling down with minimal muscular effort into restful pose. Step one foot after the other onto the floor. Center the pelvis, and then slide your right leg out, single leg slide. Press the left foot onto the floor, let the body roll to one side. Place one massage ball beneath your upper back. Roll back onto the ball and then slide your foot back and slide your left leg out. Press your right foot onto the floor, roll to the side and place the other ball beneath your upper back. This is Mañana style, getting into an easeful arch. Slide your right leg out as well. Now you're in an easeful or a melting long stretch. There is nothing to do. If you like, you can add with us an arm circle. Reach your right arm across the body and circle the arm overhead in the most generous yet restful way. And then your left arm takes over. The head is rolling along. The spine is rolling along. All of it with minimal effort and maximum enjoyment, because the beginning of this class is all about tranquility. Tranquility arises in the absence of demand, when there is nothing to do, no urgency to act, no expectation to perform. It is the quiet space where we can simply be. In moments of tranquility, stillness is not empty, it is restorative. We savor the unhurried pace, the permission to do nothing, and the deep exhale that comes with knowing we are enough, just as we are. And then for a moment, just melt in easeful arch. Now, our modern life doesn't exactly invite tranquility. Nature does. However, with our practice, we can create a space for tranquility and then take this feeling into everyday life, even if it's very hectic or when it's very hectic. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes now and then slide one leg after the other toward you again so your feet are grounded. You roll to one side so you can remove one ball, then you let the body roll to the other side, you remove the other ball. Place the massage balls next to your pelvis. Extend your arms in an easeful manner. Your palms rest on the balls. The legs are hip distance and parallel. Press your hands onto the balls. Release the pressure. Press and release. Let's go 2 more times. So we're bringing tone into the body here. Back of the shoulder, the back. And then let your arms relax completely. Let your hands soften. Pelvic curl. Engage pelvic floor and abdominal. Start to roll up. It's a smooth rolling up motion into a shoulder bridge position. Roll the massage balls beneath your pelvis and then roll down slowly. Center the pelvis on the massage balls. Relax your arms out to the sides. And then with your next exhalation, tilt the pelvis back. It's a strong engagement, internal only. Pelvic floor, abdominals. Inhale, release. With your exhalation again, into a pelvic tilt. It's very strong. You build up the strength from minimal to maximum, and with your inhalation, release and center. Continue. Now the inhalation, when you release and center, first it's a release, and then at the end you just fine-tune your pelvic movement into a centered alignment. We just need a touch of lumbar extensors to find centered, but it's very, very fine. So become quiet inside to feel this delicate place of centeredness. And then you can stay in a centered alignment. And now let your knees fall together and start to walk your feet out about shoulder distance apart. And then you let your right knee glide along the left, and you fluently switch side. You let your left knee slide along the right, and you fluently switch. So we have a rhythmical movement, a gliding hip release here in supine, where one leg is gliding along the other, and we are mobilizing the hip joints and also the spine with this rotational movement. And just go a few more times from side to side and find a really smooth rhythm in your body. When you have finished on your second side, so that's when we are going towards the right, you bring the leg into a centered A-leg position, walk your feet toward one another, parallel leg alignment, pelvic tilts into a pelvic curl. You're rolling up into a shoulder bridge position. Remove the massage balls from beneath your pelvis. Hold the balls lightly. Raise your arms overhead and then roll down slowly. Your arms can be on the floor or off the floor, whatever suits your shoulders best. And then you can leave the balls on the floor, circle your arms back, and rest your arms on the floor. Let your knees fall together once again. Walk your feet apart into a stance. And now moving towards the left again, you're sliding and gliding. This time, take a little bit more time. Go a little lower and then to the other side. So your right knee as upright as possible, left knee turning down. And changing side, right glide. Stay on this side. We are going into a figure 4 position. So you are placing the outer ankle or heel of your left foot onto the outside of the right knee. Your left foot is flexed. With your foot, you anchor the right knee. Exhale, tilt the pelvis back, lift up from the pubic bone. Inhalation, release. Exhalation, pelvic tilt. Inhalation, release. Now this, for many of us, is a rather strong hip flexor stretch, but it's not in front the way we usually do. It's much more to the outside, which is great. So we are going to a place that sometimes is a little overlooked. Now, with your left foot, you also press away, so towards your right knee. So it's like a pin and stretch and reaching away. And some of us then feel a really intense, not just hip opening, but a stretch along, how do I put it? The vastus lateralis of the quadriceps glute, the edge of the iliotibial band, if it has an edge, or we can imagine one. So one more time, pelvic tilt, and then release. Remove your top foot, roll back into a supine position in A legs, walk the feet together, parallel leg alignment, arms parallel to the body, pelvic curl, rolling up, balancing on the go. A bit of strength infusion here too. Arm arc, arms overhead. And then roll down slowly. And some of us do feel a difference in how we roll down or how we open in front of the hips. Arms circle. Arms to the most comfortable position. Let your knees fall together. Walk your feet apart. And then into a gliding hip release to the right. Sneak along the right leg. Go low, so you already feel a hip opening left, A stance, and then gliding to the left. Little lift from the pubic bone, and then into the A stance. And one more time, gliding to the right. And then fold the right leg out. Place your right foot onto the outside of the left knee. Flex the foot. Pin and stretch. Pin the knee, your left knee. And with your exhalation, pelvic tilt. Inhalation, release. So with the exhalation, when you pelvic tilt, you want a strong pelvic floor and abdominal engagement, a little bit of hip extensors, though find the balance, focus on pelvic floor and abdominals, and also focus on the release. How much can you actually release when you inhale? Now remember, with your foot, your right foot, you can kind of shift the left knee away. And some of us then get an even, how do I describe it? It's almost like a tensioning of the fascia lata or the iliotibial band on the front edge, so to speak. Once again, a rather overlooked place sometimes in our awareness. So it's good to go to these odd angles. And then stay relaxed. Remove the foot from the outside of the knee. Roll back onto your back into an A stance. Walk your feet together. Parallel leg alignment. Arms parallel to the body. We do one pelvic curl. Maybe feeling a difference in rolling up or in hip opening in the shoulder bridge position. Arm arc overhead. Take your massage balls, if you can find them, and then roll down all the way until your pelvis is on the floor, and then you circle your arms around. Take the hands onto the massage balls again, press and release. Let's do this one more time. Press and release. Do one pelvic curl. This time it's more fluid, rolling up. Place the massage balls beneath your pelvis. Roll down. Settle the pelvis on the floor. Relax your arms on the floor. And now we go into a sacrum opening with bouncing. So you bounce on the balls vigorously, as relaxed as possible in your gluteal muscles. And then settle the pelvis on the ball. So we gave that a good stimulus as well. After the stimulus on the back, you tilt the pelvis back again. Feel a little bit of resistance from the balls, like at the very beginning. You take off into a shoulder bridge. Remove the balls from beneath your pelvis. Hold on to the balls lightly. Arm arc, arms overhead. Roll down slowly. Settle your pelvis on the floor. And then circle your arms forward. Take one massage ball, place it beneath your upper neck, the base of your head. Give your suboccipital area a nice massage. Before we do so, though, you can slide the feet a little bit further forward, so the knees are about in a 90-degree angle. And now let your head rest on the massage ball. Soften your eyes. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue rest on the roof of the mouth. Breathe calmly through your nose. Lift your chin towards the ceiling. So you're opening through the throat, softening through the neck. reach back from your occiput, the base of your head, lengthen the upper neck, downward nodding. Press down onto the ball lightly and release the pressure halfway. And now head roll. Turn your head to one side and then roll the head to the other side. Massaging your upper neck combined with a rotational movement of the head. So we do one more to each side. Hairstyles either support or not. Maybe you have to hold the ball a little bit. I do when I rotate my head fully, and then you come back to the center. Place the ball into the right position, and we one more time do an upward nodding, soft eyes, downward nodding, relaxed jaw, pressure, swallow softly, halfway release the pressure, a little bit more, lightest pressure. Now tune into your center, pelvic floor, deep abdominals engaged. Press your right foot onto the floor, left leg floats up. Look at your thigh, have your thigh exactly vertical. And now you swivel your foot to the right, so it's pointing across the body to the other side. You externally rotate the hip joint. Turn the foot to the other side, so it's pointing away from the body to your left. And then turn it to the right again. Turn it to the left again. You're externally and internally rotating your hip joint. Center the leg, step down onto the floor, press your left foot onto the floor, leg float upright. Turn your foot towards the left, externally rotate the hip joint. Turn your foot to the right, internally rotate the hip joint, and then go again. Just like this, and keep your thigh vertical as you do. So it's just the rotation. Center the leg, float down. Release all pressure on the ball. Remove the massage ball from beneath your head. And now we do exactly the same again, starting on the other side. So press your left foot onto the floor, leg float right, vertical your femur, your thigh bone, and then turn the foot to the left, externally rotating the hip joint, and then internally by turning the foot out to the right. Go one more time. This looks very unassuming, but you might feel or see by looking at your leg, it's not as easy as it looks. And then float down to keep the leg vertically aligned and rotate. Press, change side. Now, what's the value except for proprioceptive finesse? Go again into this femur turn. We are changing the fascial tension in the pelvic floor. So this is a brilliant exercise version of leg float up in terms of dynamic stabilization. Float down really worth the practice. Slide your feet closer towards the body. Take your arms parallel to the body again, palms facing down. Pelvic curl, it's a fluid motion into a shoulder bridge position. Open the front of the hips, arms overhead, arm arc, either on the floor or lifted, and you roll down. When you fully engage your abdominals, especially your lower abdominals, it's such a divine hip opening. It's a little bit like a pin and stretch, pinning through the abdominals. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. What's pinned? Hip flexor fascia. Maybe I need to say that, otherwise it's a little mysterious. So now fingertips are pointing up towards the ceiling. Take one leg into tabletop. Take your other leg into tabletop, connect the legs, and then draw the knees towards the chest. With your hands, hug the knees close. sneaky rolling up. Now your center is engaged, though first you press the legs away from the body, then you lift your head, your arms are extended, and you're rolling up. Yes, you do have your muscles engaged, your pelvic floor abdominals, but you take some effort out and then curl up into a basic long sit, reach your arms overhead, an arch into a diamond sit. And then place your hands onto the inside of the knees and just give your pelvic floor a little bit of invigoration. Let's call it like this. Here by changing the adductor tension, and then close the legs. Let's do one more arm arc into an arch. And here you can complete this Mañana flow sequence.